Okay, here we go again, ladies and gentlemen, buckle up. We have yet another banger of a video from 2K here, dropping literally this afternoon, completely out of the blue yet again. So, with all that being said and done, we've got another video to analyze and break down and discuss as much as possible. Now, this is obviously going to be the second video I've done this week. You can check out the first one probably somewhere up here. That was my live reaction to the trailer that I had no idea was even coming. So today, I will try to keep this as short as possible. I know your time is valuable, so I'm not going to hold you here hostage. We are not going to do another 6-minute introduction like the live gameplay trailer. This isn't scripted, but we will be cutting this. We will be pausing and we will be analyzing. So I just want to give you a word of warning. It's 10 minutes, this video, and there's a lot of information we need to go over. And we can just talk about and see where the game is heading. So with all that being said and done, let's play this and get straight into it without wasting your time. So, here we go.
Hey golf fans, welcome to our first developer diary episode for PGA Tour 2K25.
Unfortunately, guys, I could only grab this video in 1080p, so we're not able to run a full 4K capture here. So I'll do my best at cleaning this image up, but I'm not too sure how it's going to come out in post. But yeah, just a heads up there.
My name is Lawrence Forster, and I'm a lead designer on the project.
And my name is Ken Alguire. I'm a lead producer for PGA Tour
Hello.
2K25. Today, we're excited to run you through all the changes and additions we have made to both our flagship.
All right, so obviously we got some on-course putting drills here with Target Golf. I don't know what the 50 is. Obviously just that could be the points or it could be XP. More than likely, it's probably just a point system. I'm going to do my best at not pausing every 5 seconds here, guys, but there is a lot to go over.
Mode MyCAREER, as well as our MyPLAYER customization and progression systems.
Good.
Let's kick off by walking you through everything you can expect from MyCAREER within PGA Tour 2K25. In MyCAREER, the player will choose where to start their journey.
Okay.
Either in Q School.
So again, standard affair. We've all seen this many, many times. I'm pretty sure most of us will be starting down in the Q School just to get that kind of career immersion and building up that character from scratch, almost like a rags to riches in the world of golf. I certainly like doing that, and I'm pretty sure many of you guys like doing that as well.
On the Corn Ferry Tour,
that's standard.
Or jumping directly to the PGA Tour. Players compete in tournaments in a schedule that mirrors the real-life PGA Tour as they vie for points.
It's a shame we didn't get great presentation there. Let's just go
Either
back.
In Q School, expect from top 7 Corn Ferry Tour, or jumping directly to the PGA Tour. Players compete in tournaments.
So, unfortunately, it doesn't look like the leaderboards and the scorecards have the same level of presentation as the on-course UI. I was really, really impressed with how polished and how clean and crisp it looked from the gameplay trailer. But like I said, it doesn't look like it's transferred onto this screen. But it's just a leaderboard. It's just a scorecard. It's absolutely fine. Gameplay is what's important.
In a schedule that mirrors the real life.
Just get them with a little bit more polish.
As they vie for points, with the goal of finishing in the top 70 and earning a spot in the.
Okay, this is normal. We've all seen this before. Course settings, fairways, greens, green speed, all standard affair really.
Playoffs with a chance to compete for the coveted FedEx Cup. A pillar of ours at HB is to give players the most authentic PGA Tour experience possible. So let's jump into some of the key.
Okay, again, we've all seen this before. Just setting up the PGA Tour season. So we've got the difficulty, the opponent difficulty, how much you're going to have to score, or how many under par you're going to have to score to win tournaments. We've got conditions difficulty, rounds per event if you don't have the time to do 4 rounds for every tournament event throughout the calendar. So you can just choose 1. I would imagine the middle bar there is 2. And then we've got the round length, full round, or 9 holes, I would presume. I can't actually see the second bar there, but I'm sure you can do full round or 9 holes. Then we've got dynamic, so we can choose to only play the holes which are important to the bearing of the tournament. So just the exciting bits, we can just play a couple here and there just to speed things along. And then the unplayed holes, we can choose to sim it.
Additions this year.
So that's cool. Just to speed things up on the course.
We're really excited to be able to include.
Not everybody has 8 hours a day to sit playing golf.
Three
So
of
that's
the
good to
major
see more
championships
options.
this iteration. We'll be including the PGA Championship, the US Open, and the Open Championship.
Only 3 again. It's a shame to see the Masters not there, but I wasn't expecting that, to be honest with you. But yeah, you know, it is what it is. I'm sure we will have a Masters course made for us by one of the outstanding architects in the game.
Alongside their courses for the 2025 season.
Okay, perfect swing.
Forgiveness. The thing every golfer looks for in
We're
their
dropping
clubs.
straight into it.
But what if you could have it in your swing too? Introducing Perfect Swing.
Perfect
One
swing.
Of our goals
Okay. So I think this is a difficulty setting just to get everybody more into the game. So if you're playing this game for the first time ever, obviously the swing on controller can be quite tricky. So to me, it looks like the perfect swing literally is going to mean every swing you do, no matter if it's massively left or right, it will be a perfect result. So that's good to bring more people in and enjoy the game and not get sort of cussed out with how difficult it is at first. So that's good to see. A couple of interesting things here. We've got rhythm preference. I would imagine that's if you pull back and push forward really fast, or whether you're more of a slower pull back and push forward. I'm pretty sure you can probably choose there, obviously off. I'm sure it's probably going to be fast and then slow. But interestingly, we have the bias input offset and the context input offset. Now, maybe that's for if you want to be a drawer or a fader of the golf ball, or maybe that's if you've got a controller where you have a tendency to push from one side more and then up the other way. Not everybody can hit it straight up and down. Sometimes you might be more accustomed to going slightly off center. That would, I don't know. That's how that sounds to me, but we need more information on that. Obviously, we've got vibration on, low range classic. I would imagine percentages, all that sort of stuff. Distance control, obviously you can move your aiming marker. That's that one. That's all been there for. Putt preview is obviously set to unlimited. We are on the perfect swing difficulty, so I would imagine if you go to pro, that would be 0, as the pro is the difficulty level of the online multiplayer. So you generally don't have the putt previews for that one. Course yardage, pro vision, live penalties, all standard affair there.
Alongside making the most authentic golf game on the market is delivering the most accessible golfing experience.
Mm-hmm.
Our Perfect
That's
Swing
good.
difficulty setting does just that. As our new players get used to the complex game of golf, they can have this option to ease that journey, with a swing, unlike mine, sure to find its target. And for those low handicappers who just want to kick...
Yeah, so as we can see the pro difficulty there. So we've got a 1.5 multiplier. And then we've got the putt preview set to 0.
back and relax before jumping back into MyCAREER, Perfect Swing is perfect for them too.
All right, here we go. Getting into the swing
Our
mechanic.
franchise has been built on stellar gameplay, and Evo Swing is taking it to the next level.
True. I just want to say the visuals here are absolutely beautiful again. The lighting, good job. Really, really good job.
Taking into account the lie angle, the...
Now, I just want to comment down here on the bottom right. The spinning green arrow thing there, I got it wrong in the first video, the live reaction video. I thought that might have been an arcade mode where you had to kind of move the controller around in ball flight and then tap the button to generate the spin. You remember back in the old Tiger Woods days, that was a thing. So it just looks like here, depending on if you do a fade or a draw, it just gives you a visual representation of the spin on the ball, left to right, right to left, whatever.
golfer's natural ball flight and any shot shaping.
Because you
when
just saw the
determining
one
swing
slider
input
there.
for each shot. Evo Swing emphasizes precision inputs over the swing timing of the past. Don't worry, 3-click has evolved right alongside swing.
Okay, so they talk about 3-click here, but we don't actually see any 3-click gameplay, which is a shame. If you're going to talk about it, show it. There is a 3-click crowd. I actually started to play 3-click when I just wanted to speed through rounds and earn a bunch more XP. It's obviously slightly easier than a controller, and it's good to just literally just cane that XP. So it would have been nice to see the 3-click here, seeing as they're talking about both swings have evolved, but it doesn't happen.
Stick. Both swing input types are made up of 4 parts, as you can see here in our swing feedback meter. The transition.
Okay, so that's just the pullback. So that just fills the bar up all the way to wherever you've set your power. So if it's 100%, when the ring fills up to the outside, that's the 100%. If you set it to 75%, obviously that ring gets smaller, the diameter will get smaller, and you'd have to then, push or start your downswing when your you know, circle fills up to that 75% blue ring. So that's normal. You'd expect that.
The expanding ring sets the power and distance control. During the backswing, the swing path at the bottom sets the push.
And again, obviously we know pulling back. Can you see the angle of the two white perfect markers there? It's slightly off center. Now, I think that's probably because they're in the bunker. So maybe it uses a slightly open stance or, you know, open club swing trajectory for that. So I don't know if that's necessarily anything to do with how you set that input option in that previous menu. I think that's just how the bunkers are going to play, which is pretty cool because once you get used to going up and down, you become in this kind of muscle memory sort of situation where you just swing your golf club. And the fact that you have to slightly change the axis of your back and forward makes the bunker shots, I think, a little bit more difficult. So you do want to stay out of them if you're not used to changing that swing plane, which is really cool. I like that.
Pull of the shot. The rhythm,
Very
the collapsing ring, applies a distance control modifier to the shot. During the downswing, the contact at the top sets the hook slice of the shot.
So that's the open club face and the closed club face, which we got right from the previous video.
All right, out of that bunker, onto the green, let's go.
PGA Tour 2K25 includes a brand new high-resolution terrain system.
This is really cool.
With revised ball physics that allow the ball to roll and react to terrain with much more
really
accuracy than before.
This needed to be done.
Our all-new shot prediction system allows us to
This looks beautiful here. Again, the lighting is superb.
predict exactly where your shot
And I love
will
the
go.
ball rolls. There's that initial bit of check into the upslope, and then it just releases down to the hole.
The moment the ball leaves the club face. This allows our commentators to react in real time, just
This,
as they
this bit actually made me laugh. This allows our commentators to react in real time. Look at how far the ball goes past the hole. This putt was never dropping.
would on TV.
Right on line, but just misses.
I don't think that ball was ever online, ever.
So good old John McCarthy can roast you with even more accuracy.
Great. So we've got some commentary sarcasm coming back, which is fantastic. And one of the worst swings I think I've ever seen down here. But remarkably, the ball doesn't actually go that far right as you'd expect. So I don't know, 75% open. If you ever look there at the top, literally that ball should be going sideways.
Than before.
Might be rough.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Okay. Right, dynamic rounds.
Players are now able to leverage the game's simulation engine and
Okay, so we've already talked about this.
their MyPLAYER's current skills to dynamically simulate holes on a course, allowing the player to experience playing in a tournament, but in a shorter amount of time.
Yes, we've already touched on this previously. I've got ahead of myself there a little bit, but yeah, if you turn the dynamic stuff on, you're literally just going to play the holes that have a really, really important outcome towards the tournament. Probably somebody does something epic and you need to match it. Maybe a player in your group holes out and you need to kind of match it. All those sort of things, just to speed up the rounds.
That looked good for a while.
Players can participate.
Now, this is cool. I do like this. So we have kind of like a target golf thing here. I'll let this play through and then we'll rewind it and talk about it.
In bite-sized training scenarios, such as landing on the green within a certain amount of shots or sinking a few long putts. Successfully completing these scenarios will result in boosts to the player's attributes that carry into the next week's tournament. We also have practice rounds, which will give the player an
Okay, so let's just go back and focus on that just very, very quickly here.
shorter amount of time.
That looked good for a while.
So,
Players can
we have these training skill tests, whatever you want to call them, that we can do each week. And you can do these on a run-up to a tournament, which is pretty cool. It gives you something to do in between the tournaments. If you just want to go and fine-tune your swing, gain some extra XP, it's probably not going to be a lot of XP. But the important thing here is, he says, whatever you do here has a boost immediately to your next tournament.
participate in bite-sized training scenarios, such as landing on the green within a certain amount of shots or sinking a few long putts. Successfully completing these scenarios will result in boosts to the player's attributes that carry into the next week's.
So only into the next week's tournament. So how you perform in those training drills has a direct kind of impact on how that next round will play. If you do well in the training, You're going to get a little bit easier control, better control, whatever that might be. More XP, as you can see here.
Tournament. We also have practice.
But only for that next tournament. So it's definitely going to pay for you to do those initial training rounds.
Practice rounds,
which is good.
Give the player an opportunity.
And also, this was pretty cool. The ability to do practice rounds. Now, I don't know if you're going to be able to do or gain XP here. It doesn't actually show anything, but it's nice that you can do training round, practice rounds beforehand.
To get a lay of the land on a course they are unfamiliar with, and special sponsor events that enable the user to progress their sponsor relationship even.
So that's the same as previous. That's 2K23. That's no different. We have different club sponsors, clothing sponsors, and ball sponsors. Okay.
Through the new conversation.
So this is quite an interesting introduction into the game. It reminds me a lot of Football Manager and how you interact with the press, and it looks like you can interact with players. Although
in an interview system, players will begin to build out their own personality and.
I mean, I'm going full Tyrrell Hatton. I don't know about anybody else, but we are going bold all the way. Winning mentality, really harsh on yourself. Let's really upset some nannies out there.
And their fan base. After a tournament is finished, players will receive invites to press conferences and sit-down interviews with media outlets, messages from fellow PGA Tour pros.
So we've got the messages there from fellow PGA Tour pros. I just want to go back a little bit here.
Personality and their fan base. After a tournament is finished, players will receive invites to press conferences and sit-down interviews with media outlets, messages from fellow.
Okay, so messages from fellow players. Now, it looks like you can highlight these. I mean, Troy Anderson, hey, pro. Congratulations on securing a top spot in the FedEx Cup standings. Now, I don't actually know if we can highlight these to react to them or whether or not we just read them. But wouldn't it be cool to be able to react to them? To click on them and send you a bit of a schneidi reply back or whatever you want to say back, and then build up that kind of that negative or positive relationship on the golf course, whether or not that plays out. You know, when you could be, you know, in the final pairing, final day. I don't know, just some fun stuff there.
Fellow PGA Tour pros to compete in rivalries and offers from major brands for sponsorship opportunities.
I mean, the sponsorships, they're okay. I don't know if they've put any work into them, but, you know, they're serviceable. They function. And they work fine, but I wouldn't imagine anything will be any different here.
Performance-based sponsorship opportunities will arise that result in a change to the player's popularity.
Maybe it's probably not a good idea to go full Tyrrell Hatton. We might limit ourselves to what sponsors we can go with. Who knows, though?
Reaching each threshold of popularity will earn the user a chunk of VC to improve their MyPLAYER's attributes, equipment, or apparel. Players will also be presented with various dilemmas that can make a direct impact on the course. For example, do you choose to hit the weights hard and gain some power, or focus on mobility and improve your rhythm? Each decision will have a meaningful impact on your player's attributes in the next tournament. In every conversation, the user can build out their MyPLAYER's personality, which can either be bold, reserved, or composed. Players are encouraged to pick the personality that resonates with them and stay consistent in the public eye to increase their popularity quickly. A layer on top of your MyCAREER.
This is something that I'm very excited to see. This is straight from EA PGA Tour. The challenges, and let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, there are a bunch of challenges in here, which is a fantastic thing for 2K23. This is probably about the only thing, not the only thing, but this is something, an area where I thought EA PGA Tour knocked it out of the park. Just the sheer amount of challenges for you to do on a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly basis. There were literally 6.1 billion challenges in EA PGA Tour. And let me tell you something, I had more fun doing those challenges than I did competing rounds. So the fact that 2K23 have got this in, I am super, super pumped because there is going to be a bunch of XP to be had here playing career and knocking out challenges, ladies and gentlemen. This is where I reckon most people will be spending the most time, and I'm super excited to see this. So well done, 2K25.
Journey and the rest of the game is our new quest system.
So we have a new quest system, as he explains here. So we will get chapter rewards, we will get VC, we will get XP, and they can range from the mediocre, the simple, like finish 2 rounds. Oh dear. Top Golf is back. A mode that nobody will play just because they can do Top Golf. Okay, sure. But anyway, that's the challenge for this particular one that I've paused on. I didn't actually notice the Top Golf there when I did it the first time playing through the video. I just literally browsed through it. I didn't focus on it. But now I've paused the video. Top Golf is back. Great. I mean, you know, Top Golf is great with your buddies down the range in real life with a few beers. But in a golf game, I guarantee nobody will be playing Top Golf.
Is another way for players to engage with the game and earn different rewards.
So for argument's sake,
a layer on top of.
So I keep missing
players
it.
are encouraged to pick.
It goes very fast. It goes very fast.
And stay consistent in the public eye to increase their popularity.
I just rewound it here. So the quest system.
A layer.
So let me pause it here. So as you can see, we have 7 dailies, 9 weeklies, 5 career, 18 my collections, 6 OVR, 4 challenges, 5 lessons, 18 milestones, and we've only completed 13. So I would assume that these will change regularly. And that's awesome. There's going to be a lot of stuff to do for us outside playing online, which is great. I love the grind. Bring it on.
On top of your MyCAREER journey and the rest of the game is our new quest system. This new system is...
So like this one here, we've a daily quest ranked match. So we just got to do 2 rounds of ranked matchmaking, which will give us 50 VC.
Another way for players to engage with the game.
It just gives you a reason to keep on grinding, which I love. Just challenges, just stuff to do inside the game. Once the game's on, you just want to stay in the game, just grinding away. It's pretty much like a Las Vegas casino. Once you're through those front doors, you won't find a clock on the wall. You will have no idea what time you're in there. But once you're in there, they want to keep you in there. That's what the game is doing, with providing loads more activities for us to do, which is awesome.
And earn different rewards on a daily, weekly.
I mean, challenges like this will take a while. Collect 50 hybrids. And then obviously we get a reward there. We get a King Tech hybrid.
Or seasonal basis.
And then you can see these ones here. Greens and regulations. 240 yards out, 260 yards out, 280 yards out, 300 and 320. And you can see on the right there, we've got a bunch of XP. So again, it's a great area to go in and grind for XP, which is awesome.
The main quest for MyCAREER is the GOAT checklist.
The GOAT checklist, baby. And we got a picture of Tiger there. But as you can see down the bottom there, we've got the gold clubs back again. And 300 VC per challenge. I'm just going to see if I can go back just a couple frames.
This new system is another way for players to engage with the game and earn different
rewards
grab
this
on a daily, weekly, or seasonal basis. The main quest for MyCAREER.
Okay, here we go. The GOAT checklist. Look at this. So we got the gold clubs here. So complete the quest, the Career Grand Slam, 300 VC. Outdrive and outshine, 300 VC. Rise to Stardom, 300 VC. All 300 VC. So, yeah. Lots to do, everyone. Lots to do, which is absolutely fantastic.
Is the GOAT checklist, inspired by the career of our legendary cover athlete, Tiger Woods.
Oh, yeah.
Players will need to win tournaments.
Yep.
Complete the Career Grand Slam. Earn fans.
So there's our rivals. That's back again, once more. I mean, the rivals were never really difficult to beat. Hopefully they've made them a bit more challenging this time.
Defeat rivals and build their brand by signing sponsorships.
Okay.
Now it's time to take a look at MyPLAYER to show you all the ways you can tailor
So this is a section just on the character customization.
your experience to become the ultimate PGA
Yeah,
Tour
I mean, we've got
pro.
some good options here. Type A, Type B, so male, female. And we've also got body shape, muscle definition. So how big can we make our Type A or Type B? I had a friend back in the early Tiger Woods days that made the most fantastic characters, usually extremely fat and extremely small, and the hilarity that ensued was next level. So we shall see how much the body sliders go up and down. But yeah, just fun and games. Don't get triggered.
MyCAREER and rise through the ranks in multiplayer. Player customization in PGA Tour 2K.
This guy here is I don't know, I like the model. There's something about this model, this character, that just reminds me of a character from something like Left 4 Dead. You'd expect to fire up a zombie game and use this guy. I think he's awesome.
25 has made a large step forward. The key additions we've made here are increasing the base head models per body type from 1 to 4, offering a larger variety of skin tones and customization options, increasing the number and style of different hair options, as well as additional facial and skin customization, adding the ability.
Okay, so here we've got the look at the sliders. Let's move the camera over there again. So we've got the body shapes and the muscle definition as we've shown or talked about. Again, we don't know how...
ability for players to customize their height and body.
We don't know how big or how crazy these get, but it's good to see that we can customize and make chunky boys and girls.
Types. We believe all these changes allow for greater representation and the ability to really let you create your ideal golfer.
Right, and then
Choosing
we move on to the area which I'm probably going to pause the most here, but we're not going to pause too long and go over it for too long. But this, in combination with the Evil Swing, is probably what excites me the most in the game. Now, for those that watched my first video, I made a point about the end game in everybody's golfer. Everybody tends to play the same kind of way. Once you get your golfer, it doesn't matter which archetype you choose. Once you're on the golf course, there doesn't seem much difference between one player's character to the next player's character, unless they're using, you know, bought golf balls that give an extra 40 yards distance off of the tee. That sort of thing, you know, an obvious visual difference. But apart from the distance, everybody's character generally just plays the same. And you just get the feeling in the archetype that it doesn't essentially matter at the end of the day. But I think things are changing here, and we'll explain as we go along.
Archetype you think best suits your playstyle.
So this is a really good area that we're going to focus on here.
Is the foundation to build out the rest of your skills and attributes. In
Yeah.
PGA Tour 2K25.
So these are our archetypes. We can put that camera up there for now. So we got the same archetypes, slightly different names. So we've got the Greenskeeper, the Powerhouse, the Technician, the Sculptor, and the Magicians.
You can choose from Greenskeeper.
Now, a Greenskeeper is a specialist with a putter in hand. However, so much time spent on the greens means less time spent reading lies and shaping shots. So obviously, you know, for those golfers out there, we're all aware of what the Greenskeeper is. The benefit, the main benefit is you are golden on the greens, but obviously you give up on distance, you give up on shot shaping, etc. But the area that really interested me was down the bottom. So it seems like putting is going to be a lot more difficult this year. Just by reading the bottom here, we're going to just touch on it here just very, very briefly. Correction determines natural draw fade bias severity and the swing input angle offset required on pro difficulty. So the higher the level, the harder the putting is going to be. You need to be way more accurate with the pullback and the push forward, I think, this year around, which is going to make putting way harder and way more rewarding, hopefully.
Powerhouse.
Then we've got the standard Powerhouse. Obviously, this character is going to excel big time on distance, but obviously it's going to make other areas weak. Probably putting will be a lot weaker. It'll be a lot harder to hit the, the straight shots, etc., etc. But down the bottom, rhythm determines the timing, forgiveness, and transition to contact that modifies the swing power percentage. So it's going to be harder to get a smoother rhythm. So you might see more catastrophic left and right hooks and slices. But yeah. I think this is what I mean. I think the Evil Swing is really, really going to separate the characters this year. I think it's going to be absolutely awesome. Then we got the Technician. Technicians may not be able to achieve jaw dropping distances, but obviously what they are going to be really, really good at is accuracy. So you're probably going to have bigger miss areas. You're going to be able to just have a lot more forgiveness in your overall swing. So this will probably be for players that are having difficulty with, accuracy of the swing stick, pulling it back and pushing it forward, or slightly off, center if you want to hook, draw or fade. But obviously you're going to give up a lot in distance, so you might be able to hit more fairways, but you're not going to be going nowhere near as far.
Sculptor.
And then we've got the sculptor. Obviously this guy or lady will be excellent at fading it and drawing the ball, so you're going to be able to shape it around dog legs much more. But again, you're going to have to give up on power, etc. How you build your character is going to be really, really key. You would obviously go for something like magician or sculptor, but then go heavy on your power attributes when you fit in your clubs and doing your character. That is all the same pretty much, but I just think with the evil swing and what is seemingly going to be a more difficult swing to nail 100%, I think this is going to be absolutely amazing for the game.
And magician.
And then obviously the magician, and this guy is going to be great at recovery. So in the roughs, obviously if you put your ball in the rough here, you're going to have a better percentage of lie to get out of that rough. It's going to be more forgiving to get that next shot out in a decent manner. This much is pretty much all the same, but I just think in combination of the evil swing, I think the results are going to be way, way different in everybody's character. I think it's going to be really, really good fun. I don't know. I think everybody's character is genuinely going to feel different because how much you can customize them.
Can't decide what archetype to choose? Well, in PGA Tour 2K25.
And then we got this awesome screen here where we see we can have more than one golfer. So if we want a powerhouse archetype golfer, we can have that. If we want a magician, we can have the magician. We can have another powerhouse. We can have a sculptor. So we can have characters set up for all the different archetypes, and we can feel which one suits us best once we get to a certain level of ability. I really like this. I think this is cool.
We've also added the ability to have multiple MyPLAYERs. This allows you to try all the different archetypes and progression paths and never feel locked into your first pick. Attributes are the...
Okay, and we now move quickly on to the player attributes. And yet again, I will do my best here, everyone, at not pausing this too much, but there's going to be a little bit to go over here. So let's move that back up there.
MyPLAYER stats that have...
Now, as I touched on in the last video, it looks like... So over here on the left-hand side, we have power, swing path, shaping, rhythm, putt weight, putt rhythm. But also, they look... I did say they looked as if they were tied in the previous video. Okay, which you can check out up here if you haven't checked that out yet. But I think pretty much we're right here. So I think what's going to happen by... Do you know what?
Vector base
We're just going to play this through.
And each archetype has its own set of starting attributes that are reflective of the specific playstyle. To improve these attributes, you use VC to apply attribute points. As you level up and assign attribute points to your different stats, your overall rating will increase, which is a measure of your total attribute ceiling.
Okay, so let's just pause it here. So what I think is happening here, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to be somewhat right, with each attribute you change, so we're going to take the power one at the left here and just use that as an example. So as you can see, we've increased the power range by 4, which has boosted us to 52. So obviously the end of the white bar there was 48. So we've used +4 power to fill up that bar. Okay, so we've got an extra 4 attribute points. But because that's tied into the contact, we've now reduced the maximum contact that we can achieve through club specking, character specking, ball specking, skill trees, whatever, has been reduced from 61 to 57. So the most we can ever put on contact is 57. If we put more power on, say if we put another 7 on, let's make it easy, your contact is going to go down to 50. So each improvement you have on one side has a pretty drastic capping on the other side, which is cool. I like that. I really, really like that. So we are definitely going to have to think about our character moving forward. So yeah, I'm just thinking in my head how good this is going to be to just grind this out and just see what kind of builds we can make.
By default,
very cool.
Each MyPLAYER has enough attribute points unlocked to progress to OVR 85. Once you reach that,
Okay, OVR 85. So we want to go to OVR 85 with VC. So does that mean, I don't know.
level, you must earn XP through completing rounds and objectives to increase your OVR to the 99 OVR cap.
Okay, so we can go all the way up to 85 using VC. So I'm guessing you can fast track your character to level 85 if you have a lot of VC, or if you buy a lot from the storehouse, store shop, storefront, whatever you want to call it. And then whatever you unlock after that. So if you want to go from an 85 to a 98, 99, 90, whatever, you have to get that boost in character development directly through gameplay. Okay, so it'll be interesting to see how long that takes. But yeah, grind. I think there's going to be a lot of grinding to get up there to 99. So again, going back to the challenges, I think that's where doing the challenges is going to be super, super important to get that XP flooding in, get the VC flooding in, so we can then move from 85 to 99.
Once you reach an OVR of 90 with one of your MyPlayers, you unlock Rebirth. This gives all newly created MyPlayers a pool of free attribute points that you can assign to a new MyPlayer right away to jumpstart your progress.
Okay, I mean, that helps, I guess. That'd be pretty cool if you have different builds, different archetypes. It'll just fast track a way of getting more points into these characters. Again, going back to, you could have several builds and you can just work on your builds, select them quickly, jump in, jump out of a course. I think this is all really cool. I really like it. It seems like there's a lot of depth now into the character customization and the career and everything moving forward. I'm excited. I'm really excited, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's going to be fantastic.
Skills in 2K25 have been completely overhauled with new branching trees for each discipline on the course. Each tree is populated with a ton of...
And here we go again. So another area where I imagine we're going to be pausing quite a few times. So as you can see here, we've got the skill trees lifted, in my opinion, straight from EA PGA Tour, which is not a bad thing. I love a skill tree in a game, whether it be an RPG, a shooter, a sports game. Skill trees are great. I love it. It gives a sense of complete control and customization of my character. You would hope that your character, my character, is unique to you. I like skill trees. I think they're fantastic. But let's just go through them.
All new shot types and the...
Let me know down below in the comments what you think of skill trees. So as you can see up the top here, so we've got player attributes. So we've got T skill trees, we've got approach skill trees, recovery skill trees, bunker, green, and chip. I would expect that at the end. And of course, on these skill trees, we've got all different types of shots. So we're going to go back here and actually we're going to just
2K25 have been completely
analyze this
new
a
branching
little
trees
bit.
For each discipline on the course. Each tree is populated with a ton of...
So we start here on the approach. So as you can see on the left tree, we've got choked approach. And then we work our way down there. I don't know what that one on the right is. I can't remember if it actually hovers over that to see what it is. But, this is your skill tree if you want to really, really dial in your approach, efficiency, accuracy, give you all the shot types for the fairway to green. And of course, you can see there you can respec for 500. So hopefully, I mean, that's quite a big amount. Hopefully, VC is quite easy to gain in this game because I think we're going to need a lot of VC. But skill tree is great.
Shot types and the ability to...
So on this one, we got recovery shot types. So obviously, the tree on the left is the punch shot. So you can unlock the punch shot there. And then the one on the front, on the right, sorry.
For each type. There are 5.
Did that look like a flip flop? Didn't it? Is that a flop shot on the right there?
Completely overhauled with new branching trees for each discipline on the course. Each tree is populated with a ton of all new shot types and the ability to...
Okay, so I would imagine that this on the right is flop shot. I think it is. I can't remember if we paid much attention when I watched these videos back previous, but I think on the right that's going to be your flop shots.
To improve your proficiency for each type. There are 5.
Then we've got bunker skills. So this is obviously a blast shot. So I would imagine we'd have splash and pick. if it's straight out the EA playbook.
5 main skill trees.
So yeah, we've got blast here on the left-hand side. That's the rocket. The one at the top that's golden is just a splash shot. And then I would assume the one on the right there is the pick. So to cleanly pick the ball off, obviously if you're a little bit further away from the green, if you say 150 yards away, you want to pick that ball off, don't you? 100 yards, whatever, you know, with a mid-iron.
To choose from. T skills.
So we've got the T skills here. So I don't know if you automatically get that first one. I would assume you do. You'd expect everybody to be able to tee a ball up and hit a teed ball. So you probably get that first one for free. And then you choose which way you want to go when you get down to the bottom of the intersection. Obviously, the one on the left is the choked tee shot. And then the one on the right is going to be the stinger.
Approach skills.
Yeah, so recovery skills. So that is a flop shot on the right-hand side.
Skills.
And then we get a super flop, a flashy shot that climbs higher than its travels, landing soft with minimal roll. I just thought that was a general flop shot, but we get a super flop shot now. Performed with a wedge from around the green. Okay, so depending on what shots you use the most, obviously you want to stick a bunch of your points in that particular tree.
Bunker skills.
So these are the bunker shots. So yeah, we've got the splash. And then obviously we saw before the one on the left is the blast, and then the one on the right is probably the pick.
And green skills.
And then we've got green skills here. So we got putting. I don't know what the cup is there. But yeah. So we got putt rhythm proficiency boost. Is that on the right? I guess so, with the egg timer there, the hourglass. That would be rhythm, wouldn't it? I don't know what the breaking cup is.
There are a limited number of skill points
So we got a lag putt
available, which limits players to about 2/3 of the skills. How you choose to spend your skill points will be key.
I think that was the Texas wedge there, the cowboy hat in the middle.
Much like
yeah, Texas wedge. So the ability to putt off the green with a Texas wedge. So I guess you would need to unlock that to be able to pull off that shot, which again, I love. It makes every character unique. If that's not a shot you particularly want to use, or you're not very good at, or you don't like, then don't get that. But yeah, so you wouldn't need to go in behind that skill tree, if you see what I'm saying. So once you get all the skills on the right, if you go across to the left-hand side and get the Texas wedge, if you're not going to be much of a Texas wedge player, there's no need then to get the further skills down that tree. So you would save yourself, however that many is, I don't know, it looks about 10, 3, 6, yeah, 10. So you wouldn't need to go down that route, and you could save a bunch and put them onto other areas.
Like attribute points.
So again, it's just fine-tuning your own character. So that's all pretty cool. I like that. I have a lot of time for skill trees in games. Again, more for that. Okay, so...
In PGA Tour 2...
Right, we're going to spend a little bit of time here as well. We're going to move the camera up here so we can have a good look at what we've got here. Okay, buckle up. We're going to have to spend a little bit of time here, everyone. So, the golf bag. So, down on the left-hand side, we've got the PGA Tour Superstore. So, that's obviously the storehouse, storefront, whatever you want to call it, marketplace. We've got the seasons there, progression, golf bag, outfits, and appearance.
2K25, we're introducing equipment progression.
Okay, equipment progression.
The ability to earn experience on the clubs and balls that you choose to take into each round. Clubs will have the ability to be leveled up by set.
Now, I might get a lot wrong in here, so this is just my interpretation of what's actually going to happen here, but I think I've got a basic level understanding of the evolution of the clubs here. So we're going to go through it, but I like the fact that your club leveling, depending on how much you use a club on the course, and the results that you get with said club will affect you, will start leveling up the clubs that you're using to unlock fittings, I would imagine. And obviously there's going to be other ways to unlock fittings as well in the game.
Players can level up their clubs by either continually playing rounds with chosen set of clubs, or by using level up.
Okay, we're going to pause this screen here. So, actually, I might play it through again, and then we can just reverse it just a little bit, rewind it just a bit.
Tokens that they have earned or purchased. The level of your club will determine the amount of fitting slots it has. Level 1 clubs have 1 fitting slot available. Level 2 have 2, and so on. Fittings are back but very different. being used to improve the performance of your club that benefit layered on top of your MyPLAYER attributes. They are at the core of our new equipment progression system, and our new approach is focused on simplifying things by making fittings universal. If your club uses that fittings attribute, you can equip it, reducing the number of attributes on a fitting, increasing the number of fittings that can be equipped to a club as you progress, allowing a single fitting to be applied to the entire set of clubs by type, and finally, removing the VC cost to fit a club. Yes. Fitting a set of clubs is now free with any fitting in your inventory.
But you will destroy the fittings in the club. So let's go back a little bit and then we'll touch on the evil tiers as we move forward. So let's rewind this just a touch. Right.
Clubs will have the ability to be leveled up by set. Players can level up their clubs by either continually playing rounds with chosen set of clubs or by using level up tokens.
Okay, so let's pause it here on this screen. So bottom left, we can see all the fittings that we've obviously acquired through gameplay, through challenges, through rewards, etc., etc. Now, up the top right, we're looking at the classic driver here. Now, we've got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fitting slots there. Now, as you level up a club, you get a slot unlocked, and with each level up, it looks like you go up +1, +2, +3, +4, +5, and then once you get to the end, you unlock the Evo. Okay,
that they have earned or purchased. The level of your club will determine.
So once you level up that club, you can go to apply 2 of your fittings to that club. Okay. And then that takes it from like a common to the next level all the way up. Obviously, we're at Emerald here, and we're getting +4 on the fittings there. And I'm just looking at the distance there. Obviously, we've got 2 power fittings applied to the club. We haven't unlocked the 3rd, 4th, and 5th slots yet, but as you can see, we've gone +4 with the fittings, so +2. +2, and that's taken our distance up to 281.
Amount of fitting slots it has. Level 1.
So if you want to open up more slots to the tier of the club, that costs you VC.
Clubs have 1 fitting slot.
And as you can see, for everyone, we get +4 in this tier. Okay.
Available. Level.
So once we got a level.
Level 2 have 2.
Level 2 is 2. Level 3 is 3. Level 4 is 4. Level 5 is 5. And then when you get to your end, which is 6. You use the evolution of that club.
And so on. Fittings are back but very different, being used to improve the performance of your club that benefit layered on top of your MyPLAYER attributes. They are at the core of our new equipment progression system, and our new approach is focused.
There's a lot in here.
On simplifying things by making.
It's awesome. It's brilliant. I love it. I'm so excited.
Fittings universal. If your club uses that fittings attribute, you can equip it, reducing the number of attributes on a fitting, increasing the number of fittings that can be equipped to a club as you progress, allowing a single fitting to be applied to the entire set of clubs by type, and finally, removing the VC cost to fit a club. Yes, fitting a set of clubs is now free with any fitting in your inventory.
I mean, the penalty is if we want to, I think once you evolve it, you lose your fittings that are on that club, and it resets the club just to a new tier.
That's in PGA Tour 2K25. Also,
which he explains here, which we'll run through as well at the same time.
Evo tiers, which consist of 5 levels with increased boosts for.
So as you can see, all the slots, the club has been leveled up all the way to tier 6, so we can evolve this club now. And then if you take a look at the golf bag 1 here, by the way, different golf bags are in. Yes, get on. We did say that in the previous video. There's only one reason why they're labeling it as golf bag 1. There must be a 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. I don't know how many bags we've got in the game yet.
Each tier. Once you have completely leveled up a club, you can use an Evo tool to evolve your clubs to the.
But as you can see, so we've evolved the club to the maximum level. We've lost all the fittings, and our stats down below they've kind of defaulted back to where they were, but obviously at a higher base level. So now we would have to reapply new fittings to get the +6 attribute of that fitting rather than the +4, the +3, 2, 1, and so on for the different levels. It's confusing, but I think that's how I understand what's going on. Obviously, we need to get the game and play with it to kind of fully understand it, but to me, that's how that system kind of works, and I absolutely love it. I think it's fantastic.
Next tier, which unlocks more powerful fitting slots.
Yeah, so once we put a power fitting on there, that power fitting will be +6. If we go again with another one, that'll be another 6. So we go 12 on that club.
With all the customization on offer in PGA Tour,
It's going to be awesome. And here we go. We talk about the multiple sets of clubs, and we have the bags up the top of the screen. So we have bag 1, bag 2, bag 3, bag 4. Thank goodness we have bags, which we can tailor now for every single different course layout. So if it's a particularly long course, we can load up on the long clubs, driver, 3-wood, 4-wood, 5-wood, whatever, 1 iron, 2 iron. Or if it's a real tight short course, we don't need the big sticks. We can just put more wedges in and then not have to just do it with one bag. We can just literally click on whichever bag we've designed for said course, which is amazing.
for 2K25,
Bravo.
we wanted you to have the opportunity
Finally.
to be able to
I've been saying that for years and years and years in my videos.
customize your clubs across multiple golf bags.
So we unlocked the the second golf bag at level 10.
So you always have
Then at level 20, we get another bag.
access to a set that might be more
And at
tailored
level
to
40,
a specific type
we
of
get
course.
another bag.
As you can see, there are a
So yeah, this is, I don't know about this, but I mean, this is a big, big fade here.
lot of improvement
Look at the direction of the diagonal swing that needs to be used here. Wow, this Evo swing is going to be a game changer. It's going to be a game changer. I love it.
and new
And I think that was a stinger here as well, off the tee box, I think. I mean, that really low flight.
features in
So a stingy, fadey around the dog leg. Love it. I love it.
PGA Tour 2K25 to help you create your own experience on the tour. At HB, 2 of our core pillars are self-expression and golf authenticity, and we're really excited how we've been able to bring these 2 pillars together to allow you to craft your own unique journey through the ranks and onto your way to becoming the greatest of all time on the PGA Tour.
Wow. Okay, there it is. So we got through it, didn't we? Available February the 28th. Early access February the 21st, which you know very well I'm going to be doing. So hopefully you've enjoyed that video. If you did and you got some worth out of it, then please don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel if you did like this content. There's going to be a bunch of PGA 2K25 here in the next week, well, couple of weeks, couple months, years moving forward. We're going to have career videos, we're going to have hints, tips, tricks, all sorts of content here. So please, please, please hit that notification and you won't miss out any of my future uploads. So with all that being said, guys, have a wonderful day wherever you are. I'm sure there's going to be another video in a couple of days, the way things are shaping up here. When that video, or if that video gets released, obviously I will do another breakdown video. I'm super hyped for it. I think it's going to be amazing. I really love, for the most part, what I've seen there. Boy, I tell you what, the 21st of February can't come soon enough. So like I said, have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.